Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Like my shirt, coach. We didn't talk about
Yeah,
that.
I was looking at that.
The
What is that?
highest pub in Ireland, Johnny
Oh,
Fox's. Yep.
I like
Established
that.
in what it is it
Yeah,
what
what
does
did
it
it
say
say?
there? 17th.
1798?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went
Wow.
there. Yep. The Guinness tastes really good. Drink. The Guinness was really good at Johnny Fox's. Let me tell
Do
you.
they serve it warm
Huh?
in Ireland? Is it warm?
No,
Is it
it
warm?
wasn't
No, it's
warm. I
warm.
don't think it was
Okay.
warm. I don't know.
Isn't that the
Maybe.
traditional way of serving?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
It's
somebody
really
knows out
good
there with it.
beer. They're having a shortage in the UK and Ireland right now. They're like
Why is that?
rationing it because people, it's like it's gone TikTok or something, and people are now starting to drink.
Oh,
I don't know. But Johnny Fox they're not a sponsor, but you know,
but who is a sponsor?
but who is a sponsor? That was a good lead in.
That
That wasn't
was a
too
good lead
bad.
in. Yeah, coaches, go check out coaching game changer. I get that. I'm going to get
You
that
could
wrong.
talk about coaching youth hoops because
Jeez,
we
I
like
could talk about
coaching
coaching
youth
youth.
hoops.
Yeah. Go
He's
check
a
out coaching youth hoops as well.
yeah,
I'm
but
off my game. Go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. If you got to start using Game Changer for stats, filming your games, doing highlight reels, sharing the experience with parents who can't attend a game, and it's free for coaches. Again, go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. And speaking of coaching youth hoops, go check out our new drill finder.
in the
It's in
beta
beta.
version, beta
That's right.
version.
Beta version. We were looking for feedback right now. If you go check that out at coachingyouthhoops.com/drills. We listen to your feedback. You want drills? There's millions of drills. We're inundated with drills, new drills being created every day. But how do you know what works for your third grade team, your fifth grade team, your eighth grade team, right? You can't just pull, drill from the Golden State Warriors, and because you don't have a Steph Curry and a Draymond Green, right? So you need to work within your age group. So what we've done is we've taken the internet of drills, boiled it down to what we know works, listen to your feedback, ask coaches what's worked, and put it together in a database that's easily searchable based on your needs. Again, coachingyouthhoops.com/drills. Go check it out. Give us your feedback.
Awesome. All right. So today's topic, I think today's was my idea. I think next week's was
Yeah,
you.
this was you. Yeah, this was one. Yeah, this is you. Really shout out to like if you parents and coaches who have kids that are playing. Is we're coming up on AAU season right now. How do you pick a team for your player? I know maybe you have limited teams, but I'm in the Bay Area. There's literally hundreds of basketball teams to choose from, some small, some big.
Right.
Uh, so how do you go through the selection
Well, I'll go through
process?
my process with my son and
Yeah.
how it worked. So, first of all, you got to read your kid.
What does that
Um,
mean though?
well, how interested are they? And it's like, is this recreational? Is this their passion? Is this what they think about 24/7? I mean, there's levels of
Mm-hmm.
commitment, even in a fourth or fifth grader, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I put my son in when he was in late elementary and probably one of the top programs in the state. He way over his head, way
Mm.
over his head. And I quickly found that out, like quickly found it out. I mean, I mean, Jalen Johnson was on that team. He's a starting forward for the Atlanta Hawks right now. Great kid, know the family, whatever.
Yeah.
But so that was the wrong spot for Drew. And I had a relationship with the guy that ran it. And I said, this is just, whatever. This was, I paid the money. It was like, whatever. That wasn't my issues. I just I was trying to find the right spot for my son, like that he would have a good experience. He'd learn, he wouldn't be overwhelmed. He'd be able to maybe play a little bit. It would have been great if he'd have had a higher level of basketball at that age, but he didn't.
What
So
age was he at this point?
maybe fourth or fifth.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
by that age, I knew Jalen was going to be,
Mm.
you can
Oh, yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
He ran on his tippy
Gifted.
toes. Oh, gifted. Like he's 6'9". I mean, he's so good. Anyway, um,
Is he that
so
tall? Did you say 6'9"?
Jalen, that's 6'9", 6'8", 6'9". Oh yeah.
The big
Um,
human.
it's big human and runs like a gazelle. Like he did that in elementary school too. He did.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
um, so I found one that was based on fundamentals, based on fun, based on staying in the area. Because my theory was my son didn't need to go to Vegas to play basketball at that point because competition, the differential wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Um, and I found a great one, and I coached it with another college coach, and it was like he kind of took the lead, and I kind of sat back, and it was and then what I've noticed over time from a
Yeah.
dad standpoint is it pivots. People leave, people come, it gets more competitive, it gets less competitive. Do you stay? Do you go? I mean, it is a at least on the boys' side, it is a live organism that's basically on the move at all times. And and I've told you this story about Drew, my son, is there was a point where I think it was just between sophomore, junior, and high school. It's like you can go play AAU or you can get in the gym and you can get better and I can help you and you have access to me and keys in the gym and blah blah blah. Or we can travel to Iowa and Illinois and Vegas and but that's not gonna
Yeah.
make you a better player. It's gonna make you, so there's some of those dynamics of pay to play kind of thing. But I personally was looking for coaching and I was looking for development, and also that was it going to be a fun experience, but was he going to become better? He didn't need to go play 47 games and not become a better basketball player. So that was my perspective on, where do you fall?
Yeah.
And it's hard as a parent, sometimes really hard to see the trees through
Yeah.
the forest. Um,
Well, and I think you bring up a really good point. We'll use Drew as the example, and this plays out across the United States and every nook and corner of the United States. And then Jalen's gonna, they have this like, and I know this wasn't you, but Jalen's gonna make him better. He's playing with better players, therefore he is going to be better. That's not always the case. And if Jalen was that gifted as a young fifth grader already, they're just going to be better. And it could have the adverse effect. And I've seen that play out so many
yes,
times
yes, I
where
know,
they
I
get
know.
discouraged, right? Because it's like,
Well, they're not
right?
playing, and they get
And they're not
discouraged,
playing,
and they're not
right?
developing. Before we go any farther, Coach, let's give a big shout out to our other sponsor before we dive in, because I got a couple other points I want to make.
Yeah. Coaches, go check out Curve Health. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com/health. They're bringing the pro level health services to high school level players and teams. And what they provide is they're doing a free assessment for all teams for the year for your season. And what you get out of that is access to health care professionals, mental health, physical health. They're also, I had a nice conversation with the CEO the other day. They have some new tools coming out in the recruiting area. They are really trying to bring these pro level health services to high school level players so they stay healthy, they stay on the court, they have the right mental attitude. So go check it out. Again, coachingyouthhoops.com/health for more information.
All right, so go ahead and finish what you were saying about that, Coach. Your
Well, yeah,
thought on
so
it.
yeah, you know, I think that, if you're playing on a team like that and you're not getting playing time or you're always getting beat, you have to check in with your child. Uh, to make sure that mentally they can handle that and that they're willing to accept that challenge.
Right,
But if your child is not quite there yet, and don't worry about them keeping up with, the superstars and being on the superstar team. Don't get
right.
caught up in the hype and the blitz of this. Oh, I almost said I don't want to mention anybody's name in my
Yeah, no, but I
area,
mean, but
right?
it's also the problem is, and this is a high school coach talking about you. It almost becomes the parent's social life too, and it
Absolutely.
becomes this whole like, you know, there's so many dynamics going on that it's not only about, I wish it was only about the kids because it should be, but it's this dynamic of like, we played in the same AAU team for 3 years and we're used to going to this specific spot and we get a hotel and the parents go
Yeah.
out and blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
um
no, yeah, it's actually a really good point in picking that team. Didn't even think about that angle, but what stat did I read yesterday? On average, 8 hours are spent on the sidelines,
right,
at games and some practices, every week, for most players. So yeah, for those 8 hours, you're sitting in the stands talking with other parents,
right,
hopefully not complaining about the coach, or the ref. Uh, hopefully you're building a relationship, and that can get toxic too, right?
right,
In those
very
stands,
quickly.
and that yeah. So you want to be around people that you enjoy being around,
Yeah,
not for the sake of, oh, but this other team over here, they're the superstars in the area, so let's just join them. Reputation does definitely count. Word of mouth, right? What other programs are out there? The coaching, the level of coaching. What does my kid need? Are they more? They really need the basics, and I want a coach and a team that's really going to focus on the fundamentals. Also, depending on what you're looking for, it's like, is this team all about the profit? Do
right.
they really care about my
The
child and my
kid, right,
child's development,
right,
right? Both on the court and life lessons that sports is supposed to teach us all. Again, if that's important to you, make sure you just ask those questions and ask other parents. And when you go to a team and you're talking to the director, ask him if you could talk to a few parents, right? If you've
right.
never been, right?
They should not
Um,
be scared about
they
that.
shouldn't exactly. And if they are, then you should probably run. Or if they make
Right.
excuses like, "Oh
And
no, we don't
and
do
and
that,"
they, and
then
you should be able to pick the parent. Like, don't let them give you the, like, can you give me a list of 4 or 5 parents? Like,
you know,
because if you only ask for one, they're going to give you one that's going to give them a good. You
right,
want
good
you want a
rating.
you
Yeah.
want a wider range from the stats
Yeah.
teacher. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So all those little things are important. And okay, now you picked the wrong team.
Right.
Okay, well, you know, if you know it's the wrong team right away, ask the coach if, and maybe you should do this up front too. What's your refund policy? What if it's not a good fit? Can we get our money back within a certain amount of time, or the money, the prorated amount, right? Um, if it's the first time joining a program, ask if, hey, you know what? We can do one season with you to start. Because
Right.
some AAU programs, right, are 6 months or longer, right? And you
Longer.
sign up at one time. Um, ask them if we've never
It's
joined,
a
we
job.
haven't been on the team,
It's a
so
job interview, people. It's an interview.
that's
You're
true.
interviewing
Yeah,
for your kid. What do you want? What do the
yeah,
hours look like? What are this? I mean, again, if your kid's good and they want your kid, they'll answer all the questions.
right. Yeah,
Um,
for sure, right?
for
And the
sure.
amount, I mean, I'm just surprised the amount of recruiting
Oh yeah.
that goes on.
That's a different podcast, coach. That's a
Yeah.
different podcast. All right. Anything else, coach?
Yeah, again, just remember you are interviewing them. This is
Yes.
something you're paying for in a lot of cases. Like, for us out here in California, it's not uncommon to pay 2 grand just for the fees to join the team for 6 months, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's a huge investment, and you should treat it as such. This is your child, right? So take the time to do your due diligence up front, ask the questions, call the director, and don't be afraid to do it. And if you hear something you don't like and it's the superstar team, just again, just don't worry about that now. They're still developing, there'll still be time. You're not going to be that far behind as long as you're with a good coach and a good program, right?
Right.
So just do your due diligence up front.
All the time. All right. Let's give a big shout out to our sponsors again, coach, real
Yeah,
quick.
coaches, go check out gc.com/coaching youth hoops, the best basketball app for tracking game stats, providing access to your parents. And now they have the new feature of game highlights. Go check that out. Also, I encourage you, go check out Curve Health. It's free. And you can find that at coachingyouthhoops.com/health. And you can get pro level health services for you and your team at Curve Health. Again, coachingyouthhoops.com/health.
All right, till next week, coach.
Till next week.